I think, sir, DSC, I'm not sure, sir, will be a surprise. Because under the leadership of President Akuffo Addo, both as a leader of Ghana and as a leader of the political party, one thing I very common and obvious, intellectualism was sacrificed for idiocy.
Oh.
Yes, it's as simple as that. And this over her party, no ma. When Akuffo Addo became president, the a bit known intellectuals were suppressed, and some quote-unquote idiots rose to prominence. That was what was happening. So because the entire government was made to look like a snake pit. Hey. Wow, yes. Everybody was fighting for attention. Said the mother snake and I'm crying good bonum. So while betting you struggle about top, then you catch the eye of the mother serpent. And that's exactly what was happening. And at that place time, now there was no recognition for merit, intellectualism, those kind of stuff. Because me a president, not listening to Boachie Jako. I've listened to him a couple of times. Say me wa me party na Boachie Jako si we free ma me ko ne fia ko pa ne chaw and bring him back. Obi to say Alan. Okase o free party ma, I will do whatever it takes to bring the gentleman back to my party. As a leader, that is what we do. But this is a man who was so full of himself. So to the point that he even went to the constituencies and he was even attacking them. So another day, under the NPP, who were the prominent individuals? Abronye ya okasei, Kennedy Japan jina baby, your friend say, won't to me jina baby, and a mubio manwa, verbal diarrhea, and some young country nipa. That is what they were saying. You understand? So Neamano rane ya koya and a baby diarrhea. Say diarrhea no what the fat waha that way there and that is exactly what was happening. In some young country nipa and a no more can. So Ghana and me Ghana for man share Ghana for Akuffo yakoto aba ne de asini na ukoto aba na we lose we suffer a humiliating defeat in the history of this country being said that thank you Ben na thank you man for you go on a reconciliatory your friends at all and you don't do it in camera because when you know say wo kono a man for bubefu a man for that can somebody say yakan so why do you carry camera and you capture everything. So I just a poor thinking, the same poor thinking is at play here. Because common sense will tell you, say, none said party because grounds to meet people. So Bianca never time camera media for the just a video. Now they were Jimmy. Oh yes. Why will you carry camera? Because I want some the can and we see some way go so moke can. And na Kennedy Japan so you hear near won't in Ghana 7 no and nipa will up president edi or mine will be this about 80% here for and yes for my and if this is the mindset you have say poor people cannot talk to you because of democracy poor people over here president
but is that out of context
no it's nada nipa no nim na and anke different that is how he is and he has been making such comments all over the years feel the title I have buildings I have cars I have this me say those things yemfa nya democracy yemfa mu mind kwatena baby na fa your business that one but when you are in power even the poorest person in Ghana have the power to question you it doesn't matter when I own Bugatti now Bugatti ada ukino uno bi nepi and I will video bia you can't do that you understand you need to respect people but for me in the AC and them nwanwa your poor decisions no mu take here na this is a political party was suffered the most humiliating defeat in the history of this country. One of the biggest media houses in this country, Media General. At this time, no more country say, "Ya boycott na we nim nyansa we ade we." At this time, no Media General na mo no pan he obi.
I see.
As some makers what you say, let us do logical analysis. Media General and NPP when he will be because you are in opposition you need media because in the modern politics about communication is about platforms so even enemy platforms you have to patch and build a relationship because Media General is not just about Onuya how many media houses in Amowo big TV stations and today you have the numbers more than any media station in Ghana. You have the numbers. So why would any sensible political party or opposition or try to build up or pick a fight with the media house? What you do is that you come to Unia and TV3. Nema where na where moye you just jaw and then at the end of the day you come back. But arrogance, and that kind of silly mentality, that is what is driving them to do some of these things. And the Ombeko press conference, media general now, most of them they will carry their modern saying microphone. Some of my boycott your cry, we will carry your news. Now, Cabraniat and I bought microphone, not to say, or more petty and now we and say nearby idea. So the other, don't be surprised. That is who they are. And I'm conscious that we are a political party now, we lose power. All that you do, they say you claw back. You do self-introspection. Not near my go wrong.
But I think Dr. Bawumia is also confessing and confirming.
Okay.
Yes. Arrogance of power.
Yes.
And what have you?
Yes.
3 days to election. Now to 2
Yes.
Ghana for home $58 million. Somebody have got to National Cathedral and no crane Tukru.
Yes.
All those ones came to play, and Dr. Bawumia is making a confession out of all this.
He is not serious. He is not serious. Bawumia I'm build the cathedral, not to Togo and not to China.
No, Ghana.
So what did he say at the time? Abraham would $58 million AC cathedral. Now, as a vice president, I wouldn't win car. What was his position? A number of silly decisions were being taken in this country. We were all over criticizing. 11 in as a forum. Where was he? What is he talking about? You see, these are coward tactics. Or try to exonerate himself. But you see, Bawumia can never disentangle himself from what is happening. He was part of the establishment. He was part of the decision makers. He was sitting in cabinet. Anything that Akuffo Addo did, he was part of it. So if he has anything to do, he has to go and apologize to the people. Say, we wrong you. We are here to apologize to you. That is the only way. But you cannot shift blame and blame anybody. Because establishment now, so you can't two people no more part of the establishment. Akuffo Addo and Bawumia. So you cannot run away. And Jebi, and some year better I say, Yanuma Sabia young cra no sometimes when we sit here, the things that we see, the very moment they are met to say, I see appointing the Pope as running mate. I say, Nanko for more border man as a video more quadruso. Because Jebi, it's not as if you don't know this person. Who on his right senses and the better say having watched Napo in the political journey up to now will contemplate say Yamfa Branty way and the running mate. That was why the last time I was questioning you said Council of State will make that decision. Because I wonder why a grown man I will follow politics will come to a but sitting there I'm shocked. Like any no, I'm surprised a grown man and a reasonable group of old people will sit down and say Abrante way should be our running mate. It means they never respected the people of this country, and that reflected in the elections. The outcome and post-elections way every conversation discussion be of course be pointed to that fact. Now no me say Abrante be a comedy. Or you should not as a forum. You see, if these people standing afar, away from the political stage, could see these things there, Bawumia Cobra no nya post no or nya vote no 20. Now I can say Mune at 15 and tracking. So NPP for a vote now off Shetibu. The most important day in the gentleman's political career is when they did him the honor and appointed him there, and they are running mate. Yakubja Kumase, or two for the microphone, or Kasai BBI. I'm on the microphone, he said in some, or to vote 1 million to go here. Or some more Kwame Kromano. That statement alone at 1 million vote to go here. Until one hour, no. But I guess we are political institution now what value to wisdom. Among for counsel, you take criticisms in good faith. Now, try to build yourself. I'm not sure some of these things you do. You listen to the people. Oh, I didn't see the Padua na can't same way because Nipana will be the vice president and Uncle China for vice president. And I wouldn't be there. So if the people say they don't want him, what is your problem? You see, let me send a message to Ghanaians. See, democracy in politics and the key thing at the center of all these things are the people. So whichever role and endeavor you find yourself. If the people you're serving say you're in power, don't force yourself. And this message also go to the Chief Justice. Don't force yourself. Obey Yababe go and mercy. Because Nipa na will serve more. Yes, at this point in time, your services are no longer needed. So why will you force yourself? In other dispensation where they've not even called them to resign, they resign. In the last 4 years, in Oko UK Prime Minister, they don't say no man resigning. It wasn't a public debate, but based on self-defense and introspection on one can say now I had a kind of respect I exist between the people now they'll go away. My country say in governance, the only relationship that exists between those in power and the people, should be intellectual kinship and mutual respect. Me whom me mobile pity be any baby. So when these things exist, and we are near man man for can you back down, but and since some no mugu so mo confess I met you for camera no mo fancy actually ebia na only mo so cause we don't do these things and send cameras all along.
I see.
For what end? At the end of the day, everything you say and the no mudi anymore mo kono so verbal diarrhea for my sense so mudi adi actually and since some no can no beka ebini so obi say your first here for nyina opportunity but me say governance and that this time they are joining nyansa and Jessica because when we are the richest person in Ghana, you cannot feed everybody in this town.
Yes,
over Accra higher. Nipa here no pa or Ghana hana and no ODD and no ODD. No one feeding so you need to respect people. You understand that? And to win your power, just use it and make a positive impact in the obetinya here. Say nipa betrasa kasa a branch we buy. Why do we sit here and celebrate Kwame Nkrumah? Otoka mama. But why do you mention his name? Because of the legacy, it transcended beyond generation. People talk about him. So when your political power, the last time I catch you, either you or make you or make you. You can use it to defame yourself. Akuffo Addo ba catch na man for free say or ye way all the corner na a mania number bono. Because of power, no, in Sebuno de Bedia. Kwame Nkrumah, he was nobody. By the time he was hesitant, he was a hero. So that is what you need to recognize. No one's a power. They are transcendent. We are men fighting and those in power today. When your power, don't think that you'll be there forever. Because Rollins already 21 years. Or no, he enjoyed absolute power. Rollins is a former trainer. At a mouse, and to win your power, make sure say the most important thing I would be here is to impact on people. That arrogance, that kind of attitude,
Right.
We are then you exert power. The impact I'll be making, will be the subject I'm for discussing.
Medasi, say you see them to Medasi. Medasi. Hey, Ivan. Lucius, that's not all can be.
Me, you're not person make a say. When you say not all can,
Napo
Dieno. I had Napo Dieno, Doctor, yes. Now, person me say, but me says, in some all can now per se or say, buy me simple grind.
Then
the time simple grind. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it different from super pain?
And it depends on where you stand.
Okay. I said you say.
I say, or a penny or fee. Now so ben fanning your fee. What I say? Intino, and I make a choice say, you know, Bebo,
simple pain.
Yes,
if I didn't you, that's in Baja.
Oh, what I sent you, mechanics are so in company. I will fear I send company Ben Fanning Yaffin. Say, buy the simple dance. I'm not a person. And some more can you say, you live your bed buyer, ye of friends and betting tax, I bet the buyer, and electricity a year tariff, I bet to 3 months to. Hey, not 3 days.
3 days to elections.
Yes, to elections. I'm a as a chairman of the economic management team. No, now on nim ho she, Banfana Yashi, neighbor better to and Tino or Pesach say, Banfana Yashi were Mamu. What I make I say, Torna bear corner, Ben Chasso. Because in summer, ever few know and Yansam Ketra. Nipa mi ensani akasai. Vice President de Kranka yenimu say. What I say? Dr. Baumia said me kan. Enke nim no sa enso ne onso yebi. Ne abronya abekasa Canada Japan abekasa. Almighty Napo nkasa Chama won't me nkasa.
Napo to be very surprised, to be very honest, Napo kwa camera ni nechi.
Pictures that should be the case because we have reconciliation. What should you carry camera along?
All the chairman. Oh
yes, how I had
there. Yeah, wafa camera ni nechi.
Yeah. You entino kwan better kwan wase there e wi aboboa no. Nti se wo kwe wonya wi. Aha.